So with Sean Combs finally getting his sentencing, we're going to go back and go over the letter that he gave the judge right before the judge sentenced him. I was almost not surprised that he ended up writing a letter, but I thought it was really odd that his team of people around him, like his lawyers, wrote the judge letters as well. I'm not sure if his kids did or if his mom did, but they took to social media, so we will be going over everything that they have said online. So when it comes to helping or hurting his case, I don't think the letter really did that much. I know he said he's taking accountability, but I think it's just a little bit too late, and who really knows if he is. So let's jump into it, and you can tell me what you think about the letter, and if it hurt, helped, or didn't matter. First and foremost, I want to apologize and say how sincerely sorry I am for all the hurt and pain that I have caused others by my conduct. I take full responsibility and accountability for my past wrongs. This has been the hardest 2 years of my life, and I have no one to blame for my current reality and situation but myself. In my life, I have made many mistakes, but I am no longer running from them. I am so sorry for the hurt that I caused, but I understand that the mere words, "I'm sorry," will never be good enough, as these words alone cannot erase the pain from the past. Over the past 13 months, I have had to look in the mirror like never before. My pain became my teacher. My sadness was a motivator. I have to admit, my downfall was rooted in selfishness. The scene and images of me assaulting Cassie play over and over in my head daily. I literally lost my mind. I was dead wrong for putting my hands on the woman that I loved, and I'm sorry for that and always will be. My domestic violence will always be a heavy burden that I will have to forever carry. The remorse, the sorrow, the regret, and the disappointment. I honestly feel sorry for something that I couldn't forgive someone else for. If they put their hands on me or my daughters, this is why it was so hard for me to forgive myself. It is like a deep wound that leaves an ugly scar. Your Honor, I thought I was providing for Jane concerning her and her child, but after hearing her testimony, I realized that I hurt her. For this, I am deeply sorry. I lost my way. I got lost in my journey, lost in drugs and excess. My downfall was rooted in my selfishness. I have never been humbled or broken to my core. Jail is designed to break you mentally, physically, and spiritually. Over the past year, there have been so many times that I wanted to give up. There have been some days I thought I would be better off dead. The old me died in jail, and a new version of me was reborn. Prison will change you or kill you. I choose to live. Every day since my incarceration, as difficult as my circumstances currently are, I have made the best of my time by reading books, writing, working out, or in therapy, obtaining the tools and knowledge to deal with my past drug abuse and anger issues. I have been putting in the work and working diligently to become the best version of myself to ensure that I never make the same mistakes again. I realize that in my situation, where no amount of money, power, or fame can save me, only God can save me. My grandmother used to teach me that God makes no mistakes and that everything he does is for your good. I believe a bad situation can be used for good. Although this situation has been the hardest and darkest time in my life, good things have come out of it in my incarceration. For starters, I am now sober for the first time in 25 years. I have been trying my best to deal with my drug abuse and anger issues and take accountability, as well as all the positive steps towards healing. One of the most beautiful things I have experienced is being asked by my fellow inmates to teach and mentor them. They wanted to learn what I did to become so successful. I was inspired by their hunger and desire to learn information in order to not only set goals, but achieve any goals or dreams that their hearts desire. I started teaching a 6-week program called Free Game. I don't just teach about my success, I also teach about my mistakes and failures. It has truly been a blessing to do something positive in a negative situation. It has been beautiful to see the newfound hope in my fellow inmates' eyes. The most shocking thing was to see the unity and the peace this class has produced. As you are probably aware, Jails and prisons are segregated places. However, in our class, we have Black, Spanish, white, and Asian all together in one room learning and working together. We even had an interpreter for the Spanish-speaking inmates. The biggest miracle that I've seen with this class is all of the gangs, such as Bloods, Crips, MS-13s, in one room working together. And I am so proud to say that since this class started, there have been no fights in our unit. This class has also helped me in my time of need and despair. Being able to do something good for others has always given me such needed hope. God bless me with this opportunity to help others, and I will continue to do so. I ask you for your mercy today, not only for my sake, but for the sake of my children. God bless me with 7 beautiful children, 3 sons and 4 daughters. Their names are Quincy, Justin, Christian, Chance, Jesse, Delia, and the newest addition, a 2-year-old daughter, Love. 4 of my children lost their mother, Kim Porter, as she tragically passed away in 2018. I am their only parent. I have failed my children as a father. My father was murdered when I was 3 years old, so I know firsthand what it is to not have a father. More than anything, I just wanted the opportunity to return home and be the father they need and deserve. God has blessed me with the greatest mother in the world. My mother sacrificed her life and dreams to provide for me and my younger sister, Keisha. She worked 3 jobs to make sure we had a roof over our heads, clothes on our back, and the best education. My mother is now 84 years old and recently had brain surgery. Despite her own health challenges, she has attended my trial every day. I have also been the primary caregiver. It breaks my heart that I put myself in this situation, and for the first time, I am unable to be there for my mother when she needs me the most. As I write you this letter, I am scared to death, scared to spend another second away from my mother and my children. I no longer care about the money or the fame. There is nothing more important to me than my family. I understand one factor the court has to take into consideration: deterrence. Deterrence for me and for others to ensure that no one follows my footsteps and makes the same mistakes. For over a year, I have been locked in one room with 25 other incarcerated people sharing the same one room. In this room that I share, there are no windows, there's no natural clean air, there's no sunlight, and we all live in one room. We eat, sleep, use the toilet, take showers, and prepare meals all in one room. The condition that my actions have placed me in are inhumane. I don't tell you this for a pity party or sympathy. I'm simply sharing my truth and the truth of my fellow incarcerated people. We have no clean drinking water, and we boil our drinking water. We all share one washing machine. I'm surrounded by drugs and live every day with the constant threat of being stabbed or losing my life. Again, I am not expecting pity or sympathy, but my time at MDC has changed me forever. Prior to being in jail, I took care of and was present for my family. Being in jail because of my conduct, I lost the ability to care for my mother. I lost the ability to effectively raise support for my children. I have missed my 3 daughters' proms and graduations. I have missed taking one of my girls to college. I have lost the freedom to teach my 2-year-old how to speak, dance, play, or be there to console her when she falls down or has a nightmare. I started from nothing and I worked hard to earn everything that I had. But because of my conduct, I have lost all of my businesses. I have lost my career. I have lost the chartered schools that I started and have destroyed my reputation and stained the reputation of those who worked for me. I lost me being present with my family. Between all of my losses and lessons, I can say for a fact that I will never be in another criminal courtroom again. And I do not believe any other person would do anything similar from fear of similar punishment. If you give me a chance, I would like the opportunity to share my story with people to prevent at least one person from making the same mistakes I made. I can't change the past, but I can change the future. I know that God has put me here to transform me. Since incarceration, I have gone through a spiritual reset. I'm on a journey that will take time and hard work, but I'm proud to say I'm working hard, harder than I have ever before. I've committed the journey of remaining a drug-free, non-violent, and peaceful person. I thank God that I am stronger, wiser, clean, clear, and sober. God makes no mistakes. I realize that this trial has received a tremendous amount of global press, and Your Honor may be inclined to make an example out of me. I would ask Your Honor to make me an example of what a person can afford to do with a second chance. If you allow me to go home to my family, I promise I will not let you down and I will make you proud. Today I humbly ask you for another chance to be a better father, another chance to be a better son, another chance to be a better leader in my community, and another chance to live a better life. I'm writing this not again for sympathy or pity. This experience is simply the truth of my existence and has changed my life forever, and I will never commit a crime again. Thank you for your time and consideration. Sean Combs. Something that really shocked me is 2 days after this sentencing was supposed to take place, he had actually made a whole booking for like a week out to go on these different talk shows and to get work done and meetings. He thought he was going home that day. And that says a lot about who he is and everything that has gone on. It's almost like he's above the law, where he thinks he's going to be able to walk out of there and that's that. He ended up getting 4 years. And unfortunately with that, that usually means if there's good behavior, he'll be out in 2. But I think at least he got something and didn't walk free like he wanted to. Stay tuned, as we are soon going to be jumping into Diddy's kids' statements and online comments, as well as his mother's. As always, thank you for watching. Hit like, subscribe, and I will be putting the new link for that video in the description, and you can click there or just find it on my channel.